Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Ella Stimmel of Eastmont High School is the queen who will reign over the 2024 Apple Blossom Festival. We'll have more on Saturday's pageant coming up. A popular Wenatchee restaurant suffered smoke and water damage early Saturday when a small fire broke out. Slightly cooler and breezy weather on tap for Tuesday with showers possible late Wednesday. Your local forecast is coming up. A former Wenatchee man pleaded guilty last week to one count of federal wire fraud for falsely obtaining COVID-19 relief money. 40-year-old Jason Carnell O'Daffer admitted to fleecing the government of more than $117,000 in pandemic relief by taking out a loan for what he said was a home appraisal business. In fact, he had no such business and spent part of the money on an RV. O'Daffer is scheduled to be sentenced May 8th in Spokane when he faces a recommended sentence of 12 months plus 1 day in prison. Ella Stimmel of Eastmont High School is the queen who will reign over the 2024 Apple Blossom Festival. Ella was named at Saturday's royalty selection pageant with her royal court, Princesses Janissa Hepton and Lexi Fennell. NCWLIFE was there for the big moment at the Numerica Performing Arts Center.
Wow, I really failed at not crying. I just want to thank my family and my parents for supporting me through this. I want to thank these amazing girls behind me. I love you all so much, and I'm so excited to work with these beautiful princesses more. And I want to thank all the people who made this happen, and I'm just so grateful.
Let's hear it for your 2024 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival royalty.
I think I'm just very overwhelmed right now. It's definitely not set in at all. Yeah, I'm feeling so overwhelmed. I keep expecting them to say, "Oh, we messed up, sorry." Wrong name. But I'm really proud of myself because I worked really hard for this, and I believe I deserve it. I worked really hard.
Excellent.
I am shocked. I don't even remember hearing my name. I just remember walking forward. I am so incredibly honored, and I'm so excited for this year, but I'm just shocked.
A reminder that you can see full highlights of Saturday's pageant on our website, ncwlife.com. The Washington State Apple Blossom Festival runs April 25th through May 5th. It's time to turn in your ballot if you haven't already. The February 13th special election is tomorrow, and several school levies and one school construction bond are on the ballots around north central Washington. The Cashmere, Eniat, and Lake Chelan school districts will have an EP&O levy that provides funds for programs that the state does not. Additionally, Lake Chelan is also looking to pass a capital technology replacement levy to fund needs like Chromebook replacements and security camera system needs. In East Wenatchee, the Eastmont School District will need to reach a 60% supermajority threshold to pass their $117 million bond, which would modernize 3 of their elementary schools and upgrade security measures around the district. A Wenatchee firm will create a plan to stabilize and replenish the riverfront slope below Hale Park. The Wenatchee City Council on Thursday approved Pacific Engineering and Design for the $45,000 project. The riverfront by the city park is badly eroded over the years, some of it due to habitation by homeless residents digging temporary shelters. City Parks Recreation and Cultural Services Director Dave Erickson says with a plan in hand, the real work could commence in 2025 or 26.
We have steep slopes, we've got invasive species, we've got some natural and man-made instability on the slopes down there. And over the last couple of years, it's really grown to be prone for debris, different debris, vandalism, that type of thing. Kind of the goals of that project are to restore the landscape, to create a shoreline stabilization plan to address erosion, as well as creating a planting plan that addresses the invasive species and plant some additional species that are better to maintain the slope and improve the habitat down in that area.
When we come back, one Washington Congressman has questions about the U.S. Postal Service's plans for its mail handling centers in Wenatchee and Yakima. And Chelan Douglas Port Commissioner J.C. Baldwin has been unanimously approved to serve as a Washington State Transportation Commissioner. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Woodin Avenue.
Steelhead Cider offers 20 taps with cider, beer, and wine, featuring views of the lake, great music, and fantastic flights. Find it on Woodin Ave behind the bookstore in downtown Chelan.
Kelly's Classic Ace Hardware Store. From the minute you walk through the door, you'll feel the difference. Kelly's revives the days of personal service lost in the big box stores of today. Kelly's Ace Hardware in classic downtown Chelan.
Wonders of Woodin Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now. I am currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
A popular Wenatchee restaurant suffered smoke and water damage early Saturday when a small fire broke out. The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department says the fire alarm went off at 5:35 a.m. at Sumo restaurant in the Harley Center Strip Mall on North Wenatchee Avenue. The building was unoccupied and the fire suppression system helped contain the fire until crews could extinguish it altogether. But managers say the sushi restaurant will have to remain closed until further notice for renovations. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. One Washington Congressman has questions about the U.S. Postal Service's plans for its mail handling centers in Wenatchee and Yakima. Representative Dan Newhouse sent a letter last week to U.S. Postmaster Louis DeJoy asking for clarification on the agency's plans. The Postal Service announced in November that most residential mail originating from Wenatchee will soon be processed in Spokane. Similar changes are in store for Yakima mail users. Newhouse's letter asks several questions about the process for taking public comment on the move and asks for assurance that mail-in ballots will remain secure and arrive on time. The congressman says he's ready to meet with USPS whenever time allows. Chelan Douglas Port Commissioner J.C. Baldwin has been unanimously approved to serve as a Washington State Transportation Commissioner. The state Senate confirmed Baldwin's appointment today. She was appointed to the commission last July by Governor Jay Inslee. The state Senate must vote to confirm such appointments, but commissioners are allowed to begin their service before confirmation takes place. Baldwin attended her first Transportation Commission meeting last August. Coming up next, Brookside Funeral Home and Crematory officially opened its doors in January and is now the only non-consolidated funeral home in the valley. We'll have more coming up on that in tonight's feature story. Partly cloudy skies and breezy conditions tomorrow with late-day showers developing on Wednesday. I'll have all the details coming up in your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous farmers market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
The day after I met her, I called and asked her to go on a date with me, and we came to Abby's Pizza for our first date.
Eating it across from each other, I'll never forget it. This place is special.
It's barbecue chicken pizza season at Abby's Legendary Pizza, baby. Featuring our flavorful pizza sauce and a 3-cheese blend, layered with BBQ sauce, chicken, and onions. Order your hot and fresh feast now at abbys.com. A legendary pizza tradition.
Brookside Funeral Home and Crematory officially opened its doors in January. It is now the only non-consolidated funeral home in the Valley. NCWLIFE News caught up with funeral home owner Jamin Moeller to discuss the decision to open a Brookside location in Wenatchee.
Brookside Funeral Home and Crematory is a full-service funeral home. So our funeral home in Wenatchee is full service, as well as having our own crematory in-house. We have definitely seen a trend towards more cremation than ground burials. I think the need is still there for memorialization. So services and customized celebration of life, those kind of services are still something we perform frequently. So Brookside Funeral Home has 3 locations. Moxie, which is near Yakima, Ellensburg, and now here in Wenatchee. The question is whether or not we are the only unconsolidated funeral home in the Valley, and that is a resounding yes. We are, and that is why we opened a funeral home in Wenatchee, because all of the funeral homes from Brewster to Chelan to Wenatchee to East Wenatchee, even down to Quincy and Moses Lake, and are all a part of a larger common ownership. I think it's important for the Wenatchee Valley to know that they have a new option, right? Like we have not been here for 100 years. We are probably not top of mind. When they think funeral home in Wenatchee, Brookside's probably not the first thing on their mind because we've only been here for a month and a half, right? But if we can let the viewers know that they now have an option. There are other funeral homes in town that share common ownership. And then there is Brookside, who just started a month and a half ago because we saw a need for a second option in this valley. So we are all about family. Every funeral home that we have, Moxie, Ellensburg, and now in Wenatchee, we have immediate family living in that town. So our daughter, Mahala, serves as the funeral director here in Wenatchee, and she lives in Wenatchee. And we believe that if we can maintain our small business, family-focused, community-minded approach, that will both serve the communities well and the families that we care for. Why did I become a funeral director? Because I didn't have a choice. Funeral service chose me, right? Like, I want to care for families. I want to be here for families in crisis. We deal with families every day on the worst day of their life. And they need somebody sitting across the room from them that cares about them and doesn't see them as dollars and cents, but sees them as like a grieving family that we can make a difference in. That's why. So the competitive advantage of funeral service, we all offer the same thing, right? All funeral homes bury, all funeral homes cremate, all funeral homes do what funeral homes do. What makes Brookside unique is that we are a very relational funeral home. So we're connected with the chamber and with law enforcement and with the coroner's office and with hospice nurses and hospice staff, right? Like, the business model of Brookside is to maintain a small atmosphere where we can care for families directly. So as far as a competitive, what are funeral homes doing different? I would say the business model is what makes a difference. Are you a large conglomerate or are you small town, family focused funeral home? Our ribbon cutting is scheduled for Tuesday, February 13th from 4 to 5 here at 201 North Mission Street in downtown Wenatchee. We expect a lot of folks here from our state association, from local dignitaries, community members, families we've served. We'll have a catered hors d'oeuvres and a finger food light reception, and anticipate it going beyond 5. We say 4 to 5, but I anticipate us to be here as long as folks will visit with us.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your weekend was a good one. Weather really wasn't too bad. It was kind of weird waking up to that little bit of snow on Saturday morning. That went away quickly. And then just some mild weather for our Saturday and Sunday, so not a bad weekend. And we pretty much started off our Monday that way too, with a mix of clouds and sun out there. Just a sprinkle or two early this morning, and that's been about it. Some sunshine in the valley this afternoon as we look down from our Wenatchee Heights Sky-Fi Tower camera. We got some weather to talk about. Wind, the big weather feature for our Tuesday. I'm not really going to call it windy. 10 to 15 mile an hour winds. Chelan also in Leavenworth, Wenatchee about 10 to 15 miles an hour. So that's just breezy. So we'll call it breezy for Tuesday. And then by Wednesday night into Thursday, we have snow back in our forecast. We're really going to see a big cool down on Wednesday, and we could see 1 to 2 inches in the Wenatchee area Wednesday night into Thursday. Snoqualmie Pass up to 8 inches, 4 to 6 inches for Stevens Pass, and some scattered snow showers for you folks up around Winthrop and Omak and Okanagan. So yeah, we're not done with winter yet, and I think we'll see a little bit of that white stuff by midweek. Tomorrow though, not a bad day. We'll see a mix of clouds and sun once again. 44 in Moses Lake and Ephrata, 43 the high temperature in Quincy, and then 42s from Wenatchee into Chelan. Also Omak at 42 tomorrow. Leavenworth and Cashmere, your high temperature right at 41 degrees. Tonight we can expect mostly clear skies. There's still high pressure all over the southwest U.S., and that's bringing us mostly clear skies here in the Pacific Northwest. Going to be a little chilly tonight. Low temperatures generally around that 30-degree mark. For Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, but notice our flow becomes very westerly and actually from the northeast a little bit. That'll begin our cool down, but not so much in the afternoon tomorrow. We will see high temperatures in those low 40s. And then for Wednesday, mostly cloudy. It will be cooler. Here's our weather maker, this area of low pressure. Not so much rain and snow during the day, but here we go into our evening hours, and it will be a mix of rain and snow Wednesday with low temperatures generally around 30. For Thursday, that system will still be around as you make that morning commute with clearing skies in the afternoon, but we'll stay cloudy in the north central Washington. High temperatures only in the mid 30s for highs on Thursday, much like Wednesday. And then for Friday, high pressure takes control once again. Could see some breezy conditions right here in central Washington for Friday. Cloudy skies, high temperatures, mid to upper 30s. Getting into the upcoming weekend then. Boy, February is just about done. Can you believe that? Cloudy skies, a 40% chance that we'll see some rain and snow. Here's our low pressure with an area of frontal area right here along the coast, and that could bring us those scattered showers on Saturday. High temperatures near about 40 degrees to kick off our weekend. And then on Sunday, maybe a few morning light sprinkles. That's about it. We'll turn partly cloudy in the afternoon, maybe even mostly sunny for a lot of us. Going to warm up a little bit too with high temperatures by the end of our forecast back into those low 40s. All right, your 7-day forecast now. 31 overnight tonight. Partly cloudy. It will be cooler tomorrow than today, 42 degrees, and we'll continue that cool down into Wednesday and Thursday. Evening showers showers likely on Wednesday with morning rain and snow possible for Thursday. Cloudy and seasonal on Friday. We'll see a high temperature of 37 degrees and then back to the scattered showers for the weekend. 39 your high on Saturday and 41 the high temperature with some morning rain on Sunday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
So, how's Evan?
Well, he's all grown up now, but I worry about him.
So many dangers in the world. COVID, the environment, the opioid epidemic.
Yeah, I hear opioid misuse is on the rise.
I don't even know how to start a conversation with him.
This might help. GetTheFactsRx.com. There's a whole section on how to talk about opioids with your family.
Offer support, not judgment. Cool.
Talk to your family about the dangers of opioids. Visit GetTheFactsRx.com.
What once was old now is new to the NCWLIFE channel. Tune in for Bonanza, Superman, The Andy Griffith Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, The Invisible Man, The Lone Ranger, and The Lucy Show. Check your program guide for classic programming on NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
Ready for sports. Apparently there was a game of some notoriety yesterday afternoon. You may have checked it out. Super Bowl LVIII in Kansas City becomes the first team in 19 years to repeat as Super Bowl champions. Turns out all you had to do is watch the fourth quarter and overtime. You would have got the whole thing. 25-22 the final over the Niners in Las Vegas. Jake Moody's 27-yard field goal in the first possession of overtime. That put the 49ers ahead, 22-19. But the Chiefs responded, 13 plays, 75 yards, and they won it. On a 3-yard touchdown pass from MVP Patrick Mahomes to Mecole Hardman. It's the fourth overall championship for the Chiefs, their third in the last 4 years. Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP, 34-46, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 99.3 passer rating. Tom Brady has 5 Super Bowl MVP trophies. Joe Montana has 3, and now so does Patrick Mahomes. Both the Huskies and the Cougars have now lost 4 straight basketball games in women's hoops, although they didn't play each other. Number 6 Stanford pulled away the second half to beat the Cougs 73-58 in Pullman. In Seattle, the Golden Bears held off the Huskies, as you see there. Local sports. All right, to the Les Schwab Prep Basketball scoreboard. We'll start out with the ladies. On Friday, a lot of teams heading into the postseason. Not quite yet for the Big Nine. That starts this week. Eastmont beat West Valley on Friday night, 58-49. Wenatchee got by Sunnyside, 41-38. Davis crushed Eisenhower. Ellensburg, they beat everybody, including Grandview, 62-13. On Saturday, Moses Lake snuck by Eastmont in girls basketball, 45-42. Ike beat Wenatchee by 9, and Davis crushed West Valley. That is now girls basketball Saturday. More, Cashmere wins the District 6 championship. No problems. They beat the Lady Goats. The final there was 63-19. Liberty Bell over Manson in playoff basketball, 49-41. Tenasca beat Lake Roosevelt. And Okanagan wins the District girls basketball championship out of the Caribou Trail League, out of the 2B, I should say. Okanagan over Brewster, 59-44. Prep boys basketball on Friday. West Valley snuck by Eastmont. Sunnyside crushed Wenatchee. Davis crushed Eisenhower. Liberty Bell got by Manson. Also on Friday, it was Brewster over Okanagan. Lake Roosevelt won the district championship. They are undefeated. They beat Tenasket 81-47. Soap Lake got by Riverside Christian, and Moses Lake Christian snuck by Waterville Mansfield. Prep boys basketball Saturday. Eastmont got by Moses Lake. Eisenhower beat Wenatchee. Davis beat West Valley. And Quincy won the district championship out of the Caribou Trail League, a wild one over OMAC, 72-71. So the Columbia Basin Big Nine boys tournament is now set. West Valley will take on Davis for the championship on Thursday, but before that, tomorrow, Moses Lake will travel to Eastmont. We will have that game for you streaming on our Facebook page at 6 o'clock, on television at 7 right here on the NCWLIFE channel for Moses Lake and Eastmont. The other game is Eisenhower at Sunnyside. Now, the girls, we don't know yet. Tonight, Wenatchee will take on Sunnyside in Quincy. for the 6th and final playoff berth. That's at 6 o'clock tonight. Again, in Quincy, Eastmont will take on Davis, by the way, for the championship on Friday, and then we'll find out what happens. Tomorrow will be Moses Lake at West Valley at 6 o'clock, and the winner of Wenatchee and Sunnyside will take on Eisenhower at 6 o'clock. Can't forget about hockey. The Seattle Kraken are on the East Coast. They take on the New Jersey Devils tonight in, of all places, New Jersey. They'll get going at 4 o'clock on Root Sports Northwest. We will have highlights tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And that's sports. Happy Monday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.